Ready.
And there is a 33-year-old Andretti leading the field of 33. But Marco is challenged by Dixon early. That orange and blue car going around the outside. Dixon for the lead and gets it.
Clear, clear.
Bold move from Scott Dixon around the outside. Extending the tunnel for today. Paul, what's it like over there?
Hello IndyCar fans, welcome to Formula Pun Racer. I'm your host Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders. You're here because you wanted to see my review of the 104th running of the 2020 Indianapolis 500. Naturally, I have a lot of opinions about it, so I try to compress it as much as possible. Now, considering that I would have a great opinion, but thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic that continues to plague the world, it has done a share of dampering the event and making it practically forgettable. Just thankful that it was won by a team that I like, which I'll get to in a moment. But naturally, as you can imagine, this situation, the fact that it's nobody's fault, but the stupid virus's fault, it's a real smack in the face to us all. Jeez Louise. I knew about a smack in the face, but I didn't think it would reach out that far to me. Well, to get you up to speed on things, let's start with, well, if you're wondering who finished dead last, well, 6 laps in, looks like Australia's James Davison had an interesting blowout thanks to a faulty brake rotor. And one could say, well, it wasn't exactly to go out in a blaze of glory, wasn't it? Naturally, I have my negative opinions about the race, starting with the fact that Marco Andretti, while he started on pole, the fact that his car wasn't even competitive, because the moment the green flag dropped, he fell back and finished 13th. Didn't even lead a lap, so unfortunately the Andretti curse continues. Yeah, I was really disappointed about that, but that's why it's best never to get your hopes up for anything at all in this situation, because here's what happens when you get them up ever so slightly. Alright, maybe that's a bit over the top, but that's one way to represent how the slightest bit of hope getting up can actually go really wrong. Well, it's a good thing I didn't have it way up, or it would be much worse than what you saw there. And even though Roger Penske said that he would only conduct the Indy 500 if there were to be fans, but then in the end couldn't have fans, so they didn't cancel the race. That is unfortunate, because this kind of makes the racing event look bad. Will people who invest in the race come back again? Will any spectators who were supposed to come want to return when it comes back in 2021, assuming this pandemic blows over? Who knows? I certainly still would, because I'm a die-hard fan of Indy 500. I've been watching the Indy 500 since 1992. Of course, that stupid split in 96 had ruined the momentum of Indy cars. It may have helped a bit when it re-emerged in 2008, but unfortunately the 96 split damage was done. To get ahead of NASCAR is a tall order in terms of attendance, interest, TV ratings, and you name it. And the fact that NBC said that the race was to start at 2:30 in the afternoon instead of noon or even 11 a.m. in the morning like it used to is just ridiculous. And nobody's going to stick around that late anyway. So with that being said, NBC stands for no brain cells. Or better still, NBC stands for
"This joke was too dirty to include."
Well, that may have been a bit too dirty, but the way that NBC handled it and the way that the ending of TV coverage was pathetic, it was a pie in the face for us all IndyCar fans. Okay, evil laugh aside, man, I wish I had that guy's looks. Arigato Lelouch for that reaction, and a special shout out to Johnny Youngbosch for the English dub on the character. Yeah, I'm still in the middle of watching Code Geass. 17 episodes finished so far. That's neither here nor there. But it kind of makes sense since I show an anime, and in fact it's from Japan. Why do you think I'm wearing this? I'll get to that later, because since I showed a bit of Japanese stuff there, and we're still talking Indy 500, it comes together basically, almost. But if you haven't found out yet, I will tell you the outcome of what does Japan have to do with the Indy 500 at the end of this video. But let's get back to the racing action and say that for Marco Andretti, I'm sorry that if you're watching this that you just managed to qualify to the top, only end up smashing at the bottom once again.
I've reached the top!
Once again, Marco, I wish you luck next year. But I was afraid about what would happen at the start of the race because on Carb Day, he wasn't exactly one of the fastest. He was practically lagging back then, so I didn't take that as a good sign. If there was someone else I didn't take a good sign for and unfortunately proved to be right, who was worse off than you, Marco, it was the fact that two-time F1 champion Fernando Alonso was in the race, and I wonder how many of you forgot that he was actually in that race. I almost did. Especially because he was not competitive at all. Didn't even lead a lap either, unlike his rookie season in 2017. He finished 21st, but he at least finished the race one lap down, but unlike when his engine blew in 2017, he at least finished the race, so I hope that's something you can be appreciative of, Fernando. Will the Triple Crown Motorsport dream that Fernando wants to do, like Graham Hill, be over now that he's going back into Formula 1 full-time with the French Renault team? Who knows? Because since they say no to IndyCar until this contract is complete, if you want to watch Fernando, watch Formula 1. And I'll give you my review on the Belgian Grand Prix later in another video. So, best of luck in Formula 1 with the team that gave you your championships in F1, Fernando. Godspeed.
Where's Marcus?
Ah, yes! Marcus Ericsson. You're probably wondering what was his fate. Unfortunately, 25 laps in, this is what happened. As you could see here, Ericsson lost it going into turn 1, clocked the south chute wall, and with Husky Chocolates being his sponsor, I hate to think his plans melted away and his Swedish day definitely went sour.